Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We have a special Tuesday edition of Daily Draft today because subscriber showdowns are back. That's right, we are battling it out in a best of 3 queue with subscriber Matt, otherwise known as Anthelm on Magic Arena. Because the best of 3 queue doesn't show you which people are drafting with you, he's somewhere up in here, we think. We hope. And it's best of 3 season here on the channel, so I wanted to keep it true to the best of 3 that we are playing. But we will go ahead and draft against each other here and battle it out in a best of 3 match against each other after this draft. So stick around for that if you haven't already. These are a good fun time, and I'm looking forward to battling it out against Matt. We've got 22 seconds here left. 4 pack 1 pick 1, Defiler of Flesh, Knight of Dawn's Light, and Bortuk Bone Rattle are what I'm looking at here. These are all really close for me. I think I'm going to lean towards Bone Rattle in best of 3. If this were best of 1, I'd probably take one of these two, but Bone Rattle, I mean, it's a really close pick. Oh, never mind. Well, we did it, guys. All right, Matt, you are in for a treat because we're doing Joda. I wanted to pack 1 pick 1 of Joda here in this format one time, and this is kind of like pack 1 pick 1ing it because we already have a Bortuk as well. Now, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Well, good news is Bortuk's trigger is on cast. So we are doing legendary things here today. Oof, this is the spice of life. Namada, Bortuk, and Joda. Could you ask for a better start to a draft? I mean, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Extinguish the Light, Knight of Dawn's Light, both great things. Cavalier, I would love to get a repossession or 2 in this deck. But we're going to be taking basically every legendary and every land that we see here. That's what this deck is going to need. Okay, so we have black and green legendaries so far. So we're going to take either a black land or a green land here. I don't know exactly which one. There's a chance I might take Radiant Grove in the event that we wheel Sacred Peaks, but I doubt we will. People are pretty good at taking the lands here so far this format, or at this point in the format here. So it's between these 2 lands, and I mean, hindsight's going to be 2020. I think I'm going to take the Radiant Grove right now. Fixing is in green, so we're probably going to be a base green kind of deck here. Oof. I think we have to eat our vegetables and take another land. As much as both of these cards would probably be pretty good, I'm going to take another land to make sure we can cast whatever spells we are going to cast, be able to be cast here. Najal is a legendary, but this one's going to be very difficult to cast. The legendaries we're looking for are the single pipped legendaries. So I'm going to go ahead and take Crystal Grotto. Or Scout the Wilderness. I think I'm going to land on Grotto here. This is close. But I think I'll land on the land, and then this is pretty easy. Lagamos goes very well with what we've got already. Ooh, wait, I didn't see Heirloom Battle Hymn. Pick 7 Heirloom Battle Hymn along with Infusion and Timely Interference. I still think with Joda, we're going to want to do Lagamos things here. That's a tough one, though. You know what? No, I'm doing it. I'm taking Lagamos. This draft has been really close so far. There's been a lot of really tight picks that could have gone a couple of different ways. I mean, the first pick between Defiler, Knight, and Bortuk was definitely close, and then it was an easy Joda, then it was an easy Namada. But then between a couple of lands and Lagamos, it's been difficult so far. So I think we'll take Gardener here in the event that we go base green and we need to find a way to splash around. None of these other cards seem particularly great to me. So go ahead and take the Gardener as another way to be able to cast some of these multicolored spells here. But you were warned. I told you at least one point we're going to do Joda, and we're forcing it here down today. So we'll see exactly how well it goes. Awesome. Couple of lands here. We already have a red land. We do not have a land that touches... We have a land that touches red, white, and black here. So what do we care more about? Probably the land that touches black. We have 3 legendaries that touch black here. So we'll go ahead and take that. And that was out of pack 1 that wheeled. So if we eat our vegetables and take lands here in pack 1, we can start taking a lot of legendaries and and powerful cards in pack 2. And we'll be able to cast them with all the lands we take. So if we can wheel... So next pick will be the Joda pick. I'm not sure if there were any lands here. Doesn't look like there were. And honestly, there's really nothing for anyone. I guess there's a chance we play Sabotage? I'm not sure. Ooh, Urborg Repossession on the wheel. All right, let's do it. And Sacred Peaks on the wheel. Things are coming together, folks. And Maria's Outrider on the wheel. Oof. This deck is looking mighty fine so far. Timely Interference. I doubt it's going to be a deck for that. Okay. Interesting pick here. Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief is a legendary. And it steals our opponent's combat tricks. There's also Mossbeard Ancient, and there's 2 good lands for us here as well. Along with something like Cut Down or Root Wall. I think we're going to be base black-green, probably. We don't have a land that touches blue yet. So this one seems very, very good for us. Ivy is not exactly the legendary I'm looking for. It works in very specific decks, and in this one it's kind of just a 2-mana 2/1 flyer, which is good. It's fine. It's pretty good. But I think I'm going to have to, again, eat my vegetables while I can and take the land there. And now we have Relic of Legends. I think we have to take Relic of Legends here. Over Tail Swipe, Gaia's Might. Yeah, this is a pretty easy Relic of Legends based on how this deck is going so far. Danitha, it's a legendary creature. It's a 4-mana 4/4 Vigilance, First Strike, Lifelink, and that's about all you need to be able to play that card. So we'll take that here, passing up on Urborg and Extinguish, but I don't think this deck is going to be able to play Extinguish the Light, but Urborg could be pretty good. But we're taking Danitha. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legendary creatures, all of which are quite good. No legendaries here, but there is another Repossession. There's another Gardener, a Shadow Prophecy, Strider. We're going to have to really find a way to make sure that we have no 2-drops right now. So we're going to have to make sure we don't die before we get to all this stuff. Maybe that's an argument for taking our first Destroy Evil, but that doesn't really help us in the early game. Snare Spinner could. But I'm going to take the second copy of Urborg Repossession with all these cards that we have so far and Joda going to the yard and all that kind of stuff. I want to make sure we can get it back. All right, now we have Phyrexian Rager versus Radiant Grove. The fact that we already have a Radiant Grove means I'm probably going to take the Rager here. Again, I'm thinking of myself as a black-green deck that's splashing some legends here and there. So that's why I'm going to take the Rager. If this was like a blue-red land or a blue-green land, I'd probably take it. But because it's already what we have, I think I'm just going to take the Rager here. Torrid Avenant is, again, one of these double-pipped legends that I don't think is going to be good in this kind of deck. Toxic A-Bomb. I thought this was the 2/1 that gave something -1/-1. But I think we'll take the Bog here. And after we take this Bog, I think we're pretty much set up most of the way on the mana. There's a Prodigy, which could be played as a 2-mana 2/2, which could be good in our deck. We are also going to have to make sure we end up with enough playables here. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands, so we have 11 cards. That's not bad. That's not bad. Shadow Prophecy. I mean, I'm going to take the Marsh here. And now probably Mana Worker. It's a 2-drop, so that's good. It helps us with our mana. It's a decent blocker against a couple of the 2/1s in the format, so I think it's something we can play in this deck. Root Wall is quite good here. Definitely very, very good for us as a 2-drop. Love to see that. I don't think we're playing any of these cards. Maybe this as a 2-drop, but we already have a Sabotage. And I don't think we need any of this other stuff. So we'll go ahead and put that over here. Same thing here. I don't think we're playing any of this. So I guess I'll take the removal spell that I could potentially play. Turtle, maybe as a blocker. Smash to Dust. That's a decent sideboard card, I guess. Okay, so our legend in this pack is Rulik Mons, and again, that's not really one I want to be taking here. There's Defiler of Dreams, and we have one blue permanent so far, so I don't think that's the pick. There are a couple of lands, but there's also a Tolarian Geyser, and I think our mana is good enough to be able to just kind of cast whatever we want at this point. So I'm going to take I'm going to take the Geyser and hope one of these wheels here. And if it doesn't, maybe the Prodigy does. But we'll take the Geyser. I think it's important for tempo here. Okay, so our legend here is Baird. But again, not really one that we want too much. How many do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legendaries. I would like to get that a little bit higher, but not with Baird. So we have Tributary versus Destroy Evil versus maybe one of these two here. I think my first copy of Destroy Evil is pretty good with Double Marsh and Radiant Grove. I think a single copy of Destroy Evil is good. We don't actually have a Tributary though, but I think I'm going to take the first copy of Destroy Evil. Another Rulik Mons, getting a little unlucky here with our legends in this pack, and we're kind of running out of time to pick them up. There's another Relic of Legends, but I don't think we need two. I think I'm going to take the Islet, and this will probably be the last land I'll take. Hopefully Mana Worker can come back around, but it's the first copy of Islet, so I wanted to make sure I get that. Again, Balmor. We're getting all the legends here, but they're just really not what we're looking for. I guess a Rager? Haunted Mire would be great, but when there's a card like a Rager here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Let's see if we can get lucky with a few more legends. No legend in this pack. How worried do we need to be about playables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Pretty worried. So for that reason, I think I need to take Splatter Goblin over Aquifer. We might have missed the boat on legends, unfortunately. We did end up with 5 of them, which is not bad, and several ways to recur them. So we have like a legends package in this for sure. Here I think I'll probably take Gibbering Barricade. All this other stuff is not really for this deck. Micromancer with double possession seems pretty good, but so does Rootwalla. We did get a Goblin and a Mana Worker, so that kind of helps in the 2-drop slot, and Micromancer is so powerful for us. No legend here, but there is Impulse. Vivisector is a 2-drop, and I think we're kind of mainly black. So we can play that as a 2-drop. Rulik Mons came all the way back around. Do we have the mana for Rulik Mons? Maybe. There's also a Broken Wings for the sideboard, or the main board. Let's take Rulik Mons and see if we can make it work. I haven't done the math on the mana on that yet, though. Broken Wings, Toxic Abomination. I mean, Toxic Abomination could just trade early. I know we'd lose life for doing it, but this might be a deck where I'll take Toxic Abomination here. We'll see. We'll take a look at this in deck build. Okay, so another Relic of Legends, but I don't think we need it. Our mana is totally fine, so I'll just take another Mana Worker here. Espionage, that's a great pickup on pick 12. I don't think we're playing either of these cards, no matter what. And a Negate. Okay, so did we get there? It could be questionable. I think we got really, really unlucky with the legends that were opened in pack 3 there. We got past 4 in a row, but it was like Balmor and Baird and Rulik Mons and just the legends you don't really want to see in a Joda deck. But let's see if we can make this work here. You know what I'm actually going to do? This is going to be a heck of a deck build here, so I'm going to go ahead and make a cut right now, right to the finished deck, and then I'll go over that with you. See you in a bit. Alright, so I finished the deck build, and here is where I landed. Got 40 cards. We are kind of mainly black with splashes in all other colors. I think we ended up with 8 black sources, somewhere around 6 green, 5 blue, 4 red, 4 white, not including Relic of Legends or Salvaged Mana Workers. So I think the mana looks, oh, and a Deathbloom Gardener. So I think the mana looks worse than it is, but I think it'll actually play out relatively okay. So yeah, we'll see if we can kind of get a win with the Spicy Legends build here, and I will soon go ahead and see you in the match against Matt. See you there. Forgot one other quick thing here before we get into this game. If you want to participate in a future subscriber showdown here on the channel, all you got to do is check the link in the description to join the Daily Drafters Discord. Send me a private message. Let me know you subscribe to the channel and that you're interested in participating in a one-on-one showdown against me. I usually do about 1 per set or so I don't have anybody booked yet for Brothers War, so that could be you. Join the Daily Drafters Discord, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you are interested in participating in a future one. And without further ado, here are the games. Alright, and here we are in the match against subscriber Matt, or on Arena he goes by Anthelm, with a suspect hand. We just have to hope he's not red-white, but as long as we can kind of get our ramp out, play a Rager, we can do things, I think. Alright, Sunbathing Rootwalla, not a bad pickup here. We're just going to have to make sure we find some lands. Starting out with the Plains. Don't particularly like to see that. Again, we think we were... Oh no, Night of Dawn's Light. Okay. That must have made his way around to him. Alright, well, we need lands, obviously. Again, as I was saying, I think we were in the same draft pod. We can't confirm that because of the names. Alright, well, here's red-white. This is about our worst matchup. This could be a quick game, folks. Especially if we don't find our third land here. Okay, well, we found a third land. And I think I'm just going to lead on Vivisector as opposed to Rootwalla because I think he has Flowstone Infusion. Ooh, maybe not. Don't know exactly what it was for one mountain that he didn't want to fire off on us there, but we do have a blocker, although this does have first strike, so I mean... Okay, so no blocks here. Would still like to draw lands. Okay, good. So what we can do here is we can play Relic and Rootwalla, and then we're kind of okay for a moment. Now he's probably got a Lightning Strike, or okay, so he wanted to save the infusion here. Didn't feel like using it on the Vivisector, so that's understandable. Can we cast Joda next turn? Black, blue, green, red, white. Oh, baby. Yes, we can. No attacks. We'll hold back Faith Bonder. So next turn we play Joda. And then if we draw land off the top, we play Bone Rattle. Cascade, do the things. Alright, so I'm fine at this point to trade this for a combat trick. At this point, we're just trying to stabilize. We're playing a 6/6 next turn, so if he plays a combat trick, that's fine. Griffin Protector, that's a flyer. That'll do something. So let's start by just playing Joda here. And we can cast Repossession, but again, no real reason need to, because remember, the Relic, we can tap an untapped Legendary to cast Urborg. But I would rather use the Possession to get back Joda. All right, so no pre-combat creatures, and then passing. Okay, so this will require us to tap Joda to play Bortuk, but I want to get a trigger here. So let's just have some fun. Alright, we'll take Rulik Mons, because why not? Take my free creature. Ooh, and things are getting buffed. Because Joda gives everything +1/+1 for the legendaries that you have. Alright, we've assembled the Joda combo so far in the format. We got lucky with the lands against a red-white deck here, but we kind of did the thing, so. Let's see if he can kind of push over the top here with Griffin Protector triggers. Ooh, Runic Shot on Joda. If only we had a way to get that back. Tap land, no thank you. If it was untapped, I'd probably take it. But we definitely need to get Joda back here. Steel Crusher, Relic of Legends, no! Oh, I need that. Okay, okay. It survived for a moment. Again, tap land, I think we're okay without. Alright, okay. It's not over yet. We're going to take the Joda back here. We're going to cast the Joda, and then still don't have any attacks. And let's hope Joda survives. They are playing red-white, so... Double answering our Joda. Come on. Okay, do we have a way... Okay, this has reach, so that's decent against Protector, I guess. Gonna enlist here. I'm gonna enlist the help of the Knight. Okay, these are good attacks. These are good attacks. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm gonna go ahead and block like this to help prevent this damage. And at this point, I think I'm probably gonna top a land. We have a 4-drop coming, and can still play one of these two, or any of these as well, so I think I will top this land. And we're kind of hinged on Namada surviving here. Because I think we have to tap out. This can... There's a chance we might never be able to cast this. If we get too low on life. So I'm going to cast that now. And I think this is the turn where things are going to get pretty close. I mean, this is probably our worst matchup. So you really hate to see it. But red-white exists in this format, so... Okay. So now we could just play the tap land, play both of our creatures. So let's play Lagamos here. Nice little combo with Namada. We haven't dealt any damage to them yet, so that's not outstanding so far. If a creature an opponent controls when... Okay, I see. So they have to die. Okay, for some reason I thought when ours died, we got a Sapperling as well. Alright, let's see from here. Another flyer. That's tough. They have another Flowstone Infusion too? Got a really good red-white deck over here. I mean, Lightning Strike, Runic Shot, Infusion, dealt with double Joda, and exiled it the second time, and now we're flooding out, so... Alright, I'm going to control to bluff something here. So we've seen 10 of our lands. So in the next 19 cards we only have 7, so that's about average. But we have to find something here quickly, because if they play 2 creatures in a turn, we have to chump with Namada, which is not good. I wonder what that last card is. I don't think it's a land. This is also a reach creature, so that's good. Dome you for 5. Maybe one of these days he'll let a 2/1 come through. Ooh, awesome. It happened. Don't know why he chose to let it go through that time as opposed to all the other times when he was blocking. Maybe he thought we had something, but... Ah, there's it. There it is. That's what I was worried about. I think I'm going to have to double block here. And I think he's got to take up the shield. But we have to block, and we're not just single chumping. So let's see if he's got to take up the shield or not. Probably what that last card is. Okay, getting rid of the Namada. Exiling it, making a Sapperling. Eat our salvaged mana worker. And we still don't really have attacks here. And we're at 4. He's got a really good red-white deck over there, and that's kind of our Achilles heel. If we were going against a grindy deck that didn't have great removal, we have another repossession in the deck, but unfortunately, Joda is exiled right now. Do we have a Broken Wings? I don't think we have Broken Wings. There might be one in the sideboard we might be able to sideboard in. I'll have to see. Uh-oh, here comes Heroic Charge. Alright, well, these blocks are basically guaranteed. I think we're chumping this one. We can try to eat these 2. And then we can trade here. So if he has Heroic Charge here... These all trade. These would still trade. These would trade. This would then trample over. So I guess we can do that, and then they would guarantee that one of them survives. So let's try it like this. I think this is the best blocks against Heroic Charge here, so. It kind of clears the board, so there's the charge. They do get trample though, which I did forget about. So do we die? Yeah, we died because of the Steel Crusher. Okay, well, he had a Heroic Charge and he had the kicker, so. It's one of our worst matchups here. But, let's see if we have anything in the sideboard that could work. This doesn't seem great. Turtle seems okay, but it's still a little slow. All of these are pretty difficult to cast. Steel Crusher difficult to cast onto. Tortoise could be good as just a 3-drop. And what would be pretty slow here? Maybe something like Espionage. Did he have any destroy evil targets? The War Brute and the Protectors, I guess. Is Turtle good enough over... Probably not. So I think we have to run it back like this. When you take as many lands as we did, you don't really end up with a great sideboard. I'd really like to have access to a Broken Wings right now. But... 'tis what it is. Let's see if we can rattle off 2 wins against the aggro deck here. Alright, we'll go first. And we have Splatter Goblin on 2, Relic on 3, Joda on 4 if we find a land. Potentially, maybe. If we find a good land. So, it's not bad here. That's a good one. Would I rather have a turn 4 Joda, or would I rather get Goblin down on 2? I'm going to be a little risky with this line here and try to get Joda down, because a turn 4 5/5 against a red-white deck is very difficult. Except for the fact that he just played a Steel Crusher when we have Relic of Legends. That's really bad for us. Gosh. Okay, so I'm going to do this out of order now, which obviously, if he had anything but Steel Crusher there, I'd play Relic. But the problem is, if he just kills the Relic, that's so bad for us. I want to see if I can try to trade with the Steel Crusher first. Alright, please let this resolve. So that we can play a Relic next turn. That'd be great. Awesome. Okay, no more Steel Crushers. Just play a land and play a War Brute or something. Oh my gosh. Ugh. This is not great. Oh, I forgot we have Destroy Evil for the other thing there. Okay, so we can do this plus Mana Worker here. And then next turn we have blue, green, white, black, red for Joda. So just got to find a legend off the top. And hope he doesn't have his own Destroy Evils or Citizens Arrests or other good things against Joda. Griffin Protector, okay. That's a good legend. We gotta hope this survives. We could find Lagomos with this when we cascade into Lagomos here. No, stop! Okay, well. Yeah. So we can do this plus hold up destroy evil here. And we could also just play Amaria's Outrider, which blocks this well. I would like to destroy evil on the Protector. If they play a creature. And this could also help us hit land drops. Or miss land drops. Kicked. Keldon strike team. Oof. Okay, well we're definitely going to go ahead and kill Protector. The only problem now is the Guardian gets to be a 5/3 in Lister. Okay. You gonna enlist the Guardian? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, go ahead, scry 2. I think I'm gonna block the Rager. I'm basically trading a Rager for a card in their hand at this point. 2 top. Ugh, this is gonna be difficult to win. I don't know if we have a way to exile that either, so. He's got a really, really good red-white deck. It's very difficult for us to beat this. Let's make him dump a card in his hand here. Cleaving Skyrider as well. Man, what's it like? Alright. We have 6 mana. We still do not have a good answer to this Guardian, man. It's going to hit us for 5 every turn. Don't really know what to do about it. Oh, God. This. You know what, Matt? Good for you. I've seen just about the best red-white deck I've seen in this format so far since, like, my second draft of the format when I went 7-0 with a red-white, but... You got a good one. You got a really, really good one. I just don't have an answer to this Guardian. Double top again. Sure. I don't think we can afford to kick this to gain the life, because if we draw a land, we can play one of the cards out of our hand. So I think we have to do it like this. He's got Heroic Charge in his deck too, so I mean, this is so bad. Who needs lands when you could draw 6 drops? We don't We can get Joda back to our hand, but like, God, that's so slow. Oof. Knight of Dawn's Light, yeah. Chose not to play Guardian, interestingly enough. Repossession. So we can repossession Joda and play it, right? Blue, green, black, white, red. Yeah, so we can repossession and play Joda. And then we have all kinds of legendary triggers coming. So we have to fade a white off the top for him. Because Citizen's Arrest and Heroic Charge are, I think, the ways that we lose this game. I don't think it's worth kicking this, because then we can't cast anything. So let's get the Joda here. And one time, no white off the top, no second. Destroy. Oh, come on. No Citizen's Arrest, please. No Heroic Charge? He's got Heroic Charge. Okay. Alright, well. Is there a way that we survive this? Three, 12. Trample of 1. Trample of 1. So exactly 14 here. Oh my gosh. I said we had to fade a white off. I knew the other card in his hand was Heroic Charge. We had to fade a white off the top. And then we had all kinds of gas coming on the backside. But I don't think we had it. Is this the best we can do? Yeah, I think it is. Dang. Dang. Take 1, take 1, take 12, plus 1 is 13. That'll do it. Ah! Alright, GG's, Matt. It was a lot of fun. You had a really, really good red-white deck. We were really close to turning the corner a couple of times there, but could not quite make it. So thanks so much for tuning into another installment of the Subscriber Showdown videos here on the Daily Draft channel. And I will see you next time for your Daily Draft.